Yo, it's your boy Eli, and today, man, we are talking about Marquez Callaway, and is he the next special wide receiver? But before I get into the video, make sure to hit the like button, comment below, and subscribe, especially if you're a Saints fan, because I plan on covering the Saints all season long just because I like this kid and I really like Jameis Winston. Hope he succeeds with the Saints. So if you're a Saints fan, you got to come to the E&P podcast because we are going to make sure we cover the Saints, even if ESPN or Fox doesn't. But now, back to the video. Like I was saying before, is Marquez Callaway the next special wide receiver? I know it's just preseason. I know it was just one game, but he showed a lot of promise in that one game. He's 5 for 5, which is great because he didn't drop any passes, nothing. That's an incredible thing for a wide receiver when he can catch all the passes. Like even with the plays, he had people holding him, pass interference, 2 people on him, and he still made a 2-handed catch, a 1-handed catch. That's great because like you can have all the speed you want, you can do all the moves, you can run all the routes, great. But if you cannot catch the ball, then it's useless. Like Tegan Jr., he was one of the fastest wide receivers in the game, but he had a hard time consistently catching the ball. So that kind of held him back from fulfilling his potential. So that's important. You know, he runs routes well, like I just said. I know it's one game. I know it ain't the greatest cornerbacks in the league. Nobody has film on him. This is early, so but still, he was cooking the cornerbacks. Even with both people covering them, they're looking to stop him. He was cooking them. He was getting wide open, which is a great thing because you want your wide receiver to get separation. As one of the biggest things for a wide receiver, you cannot get separation, then it does not matter as a wide receiver in the NFL. Remember the Packers a couple of years ago when Aaron Rodgers complained about his wide receivers not being able to get separation, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he can throw in a tight window, but he's saying that if you can't get separation from me, that hurts me, and I'm one of the all-time great quarterbacks. So that's an important thing, especially when it comes to determining if a wide receiver is good or not. You need to be able to do that. And he just had a very great game, and this is going to be a great opportunity to showcase his skills. You know, last season he was undrafted, so I don't know how much opportunity he got last season. He did a little bit, but you know, as a rookie and you undrafted, and you know, Michael Thomas is there, which is their best wide receiver. He had one year where that wasn't last year because he was mostly injured, but he had one year he had 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns. I mean, like he was getting the bulk of the passes. So if you was somebody else, you're not getting much. I mean, he had almost 2,000 yards, so. You know you're not getting much, and you're a new cat, so you're a newcomer, so they're not going to be looking for you as much. Drew Brees has, repertoire with Michael Thomas, so he was getting the ball most. But with him gone for a couple of games this season, they need somebody to step up, and he could be potentially that guy. They also lost 2 tight ends in this game, so that was potential targets they had. And outside of this kid, the other best wide receiver they have is Traquan Smith, who has 80 career catches for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. So he's pretty solid too, but it's gonna be interesting to see. I think this kid is special. I think he can do something. It may be a reach, maybe it's me overreacting, but he showed a lot of signs of special and promise. Not saying he's gonna be the best wide receiver one day, not doing all that. Not saying he's gonna be a superstar. None of that. But I think this kid is gonna be really good, and he's gonna have a really solid season, especially since if Jameis starts. Jameis was finding him early, which means they have connection, which means if you trust him now in preseason, then in the regular season, Jameis is going to look to throw the ball to him. Especially, also, Jameis likes to throw deep balls, so he wants somebody to run. So if he's going out there, because he's caught some deep balls, so if he's going out there to catch some deep balls, then that is great, especially if Jameis Sean Payton decides to start Jameis Winston, which I think might happen. But that's pretty much it for the video. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think I'm tripping? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm overreacting to saying after just one preseason game, seeing him, watching him play, that he's going to be a special wide receiver? Or do you agree with me? Do you think he has potential to be a very good wide receiver in this league? And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.